Yeah, today's a little cooler. Forecast showed it, and it happened. Only 48 at 10 a.m., so not going to warm up much today. I don't think it's going to get there, even get to 60. But it's better than below freezing. I'll take it. Today's a little chilly, but still a nice day. Little breeze. Yeah. Mostly clear skies, sunny. So even if there's a cold wind, at least it's nice. It's not too cold. Okay, let's get something working here. First thing I do is check the calf. Calf's out in the barn. First thing to do is turn the water on, and I got a few more pears I can give them. Yeah, I picked through the pears I was going to save for eating, or cooking, and I can spare a few. I got plenty. Cattle are up here. I'm afraid they're going to see my blue bucket, thinking they're going to get some pears, but they're not. The few pears I have, they're going to be for the cattle in the barn. Okay, let's keep going. Hey guys, this is not for you. You got to go. They followed me to the barn, so they're not going to get any pears. Too bad. Okay, they need some water. I'll get the nozzle closed off. I'll open the nozzle up. Then I'll give them some pears. While the water's filling up the tub. That won't take long to fill up. Still mooing. How many days has it been? You're still mooing for your stolen milk? Just give them a few pears. No, I'm not going to give it all to them. Just a few, just for a taste. I think I might sometime this week I'm going to buy some. Today's Sunday. Maybe tomorrow I'll go to town and get some corn for them. So they have something to snack on. I'll give them six a piece. Yeah. Tomorrow I'll give them 5 each. That's all I got left. Unless I give them some more pears out of save it. They're getting kind of old anyway. Yeah, because I haven't been working on them. I've been heating them, but that's about it. It's filling up fast today. Hi guys, the girl, guy, still mowing, huh? Huh. Oh well. Well, you're okay. You got plenty of hay. I've given you a treat of some pears. You got water. You're still crying for the milk. Yeah, it's your fault. You wouldn't have been stealing from the other cow. Of course, then you wouldn't get none because I think your mother weaned you. Because she's going to have a calf soon. Anyway, water's getting full. I better get going. You got the run of this whole big pen here, so count yourself as lucky. You could be cramped in this little one here. Yeah, I think she knows there's some pears waiting for her. Yeah, she's going to come around. About full, so I better turn it off. She found it. I knew you would. Oh, you had to take it out of the tub, huh? Where's Blackie? Blackie, better get in here. Hey, better get in here. She's going to eat it all. Uh-huh. He's looking at the other cow outside. That's it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. I got a few more for you tomorrow. And I might buy some. I think I'll go to town and buy some corn. Because, well, the forecast shows lots of chances for rain this week. Yeah, at least 3 or 4 days. Right? Enjoying that pear? Is that better than milk? I doubt it. But you're enjoying it. Take your mind off the milk, doesn't it? You're not so afraid of me now, are you? Yeah, I'm the one who bring you pear. Yeah. wacky stuff. Now you're stealing pears from your pen mate. You like to steal stuff, don't you? I'll get you tamed down. Yeah, eventually. It takes a while. When I start feeding them corn, I'll feed her corn out of a bucket eventually. Yeah. Once they get hooked on corn, oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Coming down the hill. Getting the funniest looks at. Okay, he found it. Good boy. Don't get angry that you got here first. You were too slow. It's your fault. Yeah. I don't really make them tame. I used to make them tame when I was younger. I spent more time with them. Now it's not that important. As long as they're easy to work with, that's all I care about. At least they're not running away from me like they were before. Yeah, enjoy your snack, your treat of pears. And can't get over how taller she is than the other one. Yeah, that's the quinina in her, giving them long legs. Yeah, that's one reason I decided that was my first unhighland. Well, when I first started raising cattle, it was well, we always had a milk cow when I was growing up. We always had one milk cow, and their dad would use AI to get her bred, artificial insemination. And so he hired somebody to do it, somebody that's in the area. Actually, he's the husband of my school teacher. Anyway, she'd have a calf once a year, and we'd raise it and either eat it or sell it. And then when I got out of the Navy, I bought my own milk cow. So we had 2 milk cows for a little while. Yeah. What? Yeah. What? Gonna check me out? And then I started to get the calves from them. And by then I was paying for the artificial insemination. And I had a few odd jobs around the county that I worked. What? Don't go through there. Don't. I left that door a little open. Get out of there. And then I had those calves, and some of them were heifers, so I had 2 and 3, and eventually I started buying. By that time, I was already married. By the 80s, I was married, and then we started to buy bucket calves. There's a lot of dairy farms around me back then. Anyway, there's still a few, but not very many. Yeah, and then we bought the Angus Holstein or Brangus Holstein. Yeah, and then we started raising them up for cattle. I always bought the girls, females, made them into cows. That was always a lot of fun with me and my wife doing that. Oh, you're loud. And then we grew from that. Of course, before my wife came, I already had bought some Highlanders. We had some of them too. That was I bought them about the same time I started keeping the calves from our milk cows. Yeah. You like going around in circles, don't you? Yeah, and then I started to expand with the Angus Holstein. We had, I think at one point at the farm, between me and my dad, we had like 19 cows. Angus. Yeah. And anyway, that's how my brother got started too. When my brother was helping me, I'd give him some calves from the cows I got from my cattle. I gave him a 1 or 2 for helping around, and that's how his herd grew. And I think, and eventually though, I moved my cattle here. I sold a bunch of them to move what I wanted over here, and then I started to buy some. My first one was a Chianina. I wanted to crossbreed them with my Highlanders, and then I sold off most of the Angus Holstein stock. I think I sold them all. I concentrated on the Highlands when I brought them here. Then I started crossbreeding them with the Italian Whites, and the Chianina. I wanted to give them longer legs. Yeah, and it worked. Showing up a net calf. I gotta go. I got something I want to do today, or try to do. So I'll catch you later. Still mooing, aren't you? Either you're lonely for your herd mates out in the big pasture, or you want some milk that you used to steal from the red cow before I brought you here, or you just want to get out with these girls here, or these cattle here. You don't even know them yet. I parked that yesterday. Finally got that done. Yeah, I'll show you what my plan is for today. I don't know how much I actually get done, but I'm going to give it a try. Looks like these 2 pairs finally started to change color on their leaves. They used to be dark green a few days ago. Yeah, but I guess the season's catching up to it. The pear trees at the farm, they lost their leaves a long time ago, or they changed color a long time ago. Anyway, the cattle still have access to this, but you can see how they ate it down already. They nibbled down the grass already. But I'll just let them in here, because this is how they go from this pond up here to down in there to where the hay is. That's how they have access through that gate here. The gate down there, and the gate down here, and then they also have access to the front yard. So they got a little bit of grass to eat. Yeah. A lot of jet trails today, man. I don't see the jets, but remnants of jet trails. So there's jets flying all the time. There's some over there too. Yeah, they're everywhere. They always are. Yeah. I remember, what was it, 9/11? They shut down all the planes, and then somebody did a study about how much the air improved, or the cloud, these jet trails provide a, what do you call it, like a cloud cover, and somebody did a measurement of how much the air quality improved when the jets weren't flying, even if it was just for a short time. I remember that thing I saw somewhere. So they do pick some clouds. Okay. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go do something today, or try to. At least they got a good bale to eat. Until I decided to let them out with these guys. I want to make sure that new calf there is somewhat tame, where I can handle her. Might be another week or so before I'm ready to let her out. I'll let both of them out. Rustling leaves, and see it when they walk. An old bully. Good old bully. What are you going to be? You were 2 years old in the spring. So you'll be 3 years old next spring. You're leaving yourself, huh? Okay, I guess everything has to do that at one point or another, including me. How you doing there, boy? Enjoying the sunshine, the cool air? Yeah, they got a thicker coat now for winter. and they always have a winter coat. Okay. That's my trailer in this old parking spot. I cleaned it up. I had a bunch of trees and stuff growing back there. A couple cedar trees. I cleaned them up this summer. And I already had pads put there. That's where I used to park it when I first bought it. Yeah. Then everything started. Then I started leaving it up here. Up here. Lots over here. And then I started leaving it up there. Hey, Mama Cat. So eventually all that stuff grew up and I couldn't get it in there anymore. So this year I cleaned it up. And now I got it back where it belongs. Out of the way. Look at the cat. He's rolling around in the leaves. How you doing? How you doing, Bully? I think he's eating leaves or grass. I think it's the grass. I don't know if they eat these dried leaves. They might eat a few. Okay, gotta get something going today. I was thinking last night. Yesterday I was thinking about using the buckets, a couple buckets, a shovel to fill up some buckets with soil and transferring it to that culvert crossing by the pond. And I said, why should I do that? Work so hard at that when I got a not very good one, but I got a blade there. Yeah, I've used it. I used it this spring on the culvert there behind the house that the cattle used for crossing. And I drive through it now. And I was dragging some dirt down the hill from the barn with that thing. First I started dragging it, and then I decided to start pushing it backwards. Yeah, so I'm gonna see if I out there by where I got that culvert crossing by the pond, I don't think I can push it backwards, no, at least not right away. I'll have to drag it from where the dirt is on the side of that next to the pond. I'll have to drag it down to the lower spot, and then once I get it down there, then I might be able to push it backwards. But it's so hard to get that thing turned around from dragging it forward to pushing it backwards that I gotta make sure I can do both. Yeah, I've used that before. I've been wanting to fix that thing there. I wanted to take those off, but the only way to get that off is to grind it off, I think. But I'm not ready for that. It still works. I want to put those bigger ones on, a little bit thicker, because that's what my tractor's got on the ends, on my whatever those things are in the back. Yeah, that's what I have on my bale spear. And that one's really loose, so I need to, they're so rusted up I can't get them off. I tried multiple times, so if I need to get them off, I'll have to cut them off. I'm not ready for that though, so let's use it as it is. Yeah, get that hooked up. Right now it's positioned for pushing backwards, but before I put it on the tractor, because my tractor tongue is always getting in the way when I want to flip it around on the tractor. It keeps hitting, so I'm going to turn it around before I hook it to the tractor. I'll get to that one pretty soon. Today, I hope. While I'm out here, I might as well get it ready to hook up. I'm going to also turn it around. I want that facing that way. I'm going to pull the whole thing out over here so I can turn it around. Before I get the tractor. I gotta turn around that much. Now I gotta get that thing, that end swung around to face this way. That way the blade will be, I can drag the dirt forward with the tractor. Okay, I got it switched around. It's a lot easier to do it on the ground before I hook it up, because once it's hooked up, it's hard to, the ends, and I can only turn it this way. I can't turn it the other way. There's something blocking it. So it's ready to go, ready to hook up. Since I want it to dig more instead of just level, I need to, when I put the third arm on, I need to extend it down. Extend the third arm out as far as I can. That way it'll make the thing dig. It'll make the blade dig better. Yeah. Okay, we'll see what I can do. All I need now is to hook the tractor to it. See that? See that pin there? Yeah. I got to put a sleeve on there. Yeah, I got some somewhere. I think I keep a pair on the tractor. But that bolt is so loose, yeah, I'm afraid it's going to break one of these days. But I'll keep using it. I said one of these days I want to get this off of there. It was off and put the thicker ones on. Yeah. I think I have them somewhere. I know I bought them. I just never did put them on because I couldn't get those off. I better look for them. Guess I decided to do that one of these days. Okay, next step is to get the tractor. Yeah. In the past I've used it for blading snow, mostly. Yeah, I don't know where I got that. I think I might have got this from the farm. I'm not sure. I could have bought it at auction. I don't remember where I got it. I know they got a real big, heavy-duty one at the farm. I think I may have bought this one. That's what I'm thinking. Well, who knows? I don't think anybody remembered where it came from. Yeah, I got it now, though. Forgot to turn the water off. Good thing I remembered. I got a few more clothes to put on, and then get the tractor going and hook that thing up and take it out to the big pasture and see if I can grade some dirt over the top of that, or soil, I mean, over the top of that culvert crossing. Instead of using buckets, we'll see if I can actually do it. Well, I don't need this ball on there anymore, and if I do have to turn the blade around, that'll be in the way anyway, so I'm going to take it off. But I can't get the nut off because the ball keeps spinning, so I had to get my pipe wrench to help. And look what I found on the pipe wrench. A mud dauber, a wasp. Built a nest right in there. I would have busted out of there. That's funny. I got it out. And I got it loose. I also, I'm still leaking hydraulic oil from these joints there. But I'm not going to use that stuff again. I'll just put some new stuff in today to replace what was drained out. Even more on this side. Yeah, oh well. It's been that way for a long time. Probably need new seals or something in there. Yeah. Okay, let's get the ball. I got the ball loose finally. You want something to do? Have some more kittens. We need more kittens around here. Yeah, we need more cats around here. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. You get around, don't you, cat? You get around. Where you going? Ah, up there. That's what you want. You think you're going to catch something up there? Now you're jumping down. You're everywhere today, aren't you? You're just getting in the way of everything. Where you going? I gotta put my dipstick in, back in, check my hydraulic oil level. I always screw it down to get the accurate reading. Let's see what we got. I can't see. Let's get the shadow. Get something dark underneath it. There you go. Good enough. I think some of it drained off. Close enough to the top. It was, before I filled it up, it was down to the lower level, the lower arrow. Yeah, okay. Have fun, cat. Don't you find a tree to do that? Or that log? Oh, the ball's off, and I slid the bar, what do they call it, drawbar, off to the side, just to give me a little more clearance. If I do need to turn that later out, eventually. It's 55 degrees at 1:30 p.m. So it warmed up a little bit, but not much. Ready to hook up the blade. It's already 2 p.m. I've been looking for those new pins, those bigger pins. I don't know what. I know I bought something. I was trying to take it off, but I wasn't taking them off. I didn't have the new pin. I just put it back. Anyway, get that. I'm gonna hook it up later. Okay, it's hooked up. Let's move it out to the side. See there? Hard to tell on this, probably because I don't know if it's level or if it's practice level, but I can tell by the 3-point hitch arms. Those aren't level. I probably had that lower down to dig more on this point. But I'll just probably leave it that way too. That's what I'm thinking. This side is lower. I think this side is lower on purpose. And then it's underneath it. Still on the bottom. Taking it. Lower this. Keep going this. Let's see what I can do. This ain't all this from here. It really does look good. I can adjust it. I can adjust it if I take this one out. Okay, let's go out to the big pasture, top, and the pond, and see what I can see. Well, this tractor is a little bit noisy, so I'm going to wait till I get up to the pond and do some recording up there.
keep scraping it down into there. Once I get some piled up there, then I can try to drag it to that low spot over there. Just need to keep driving it around and back up, drive around. Just scrape this. There's a high spot here, a little bit of high spot there, but I can worry about that. I want to get this spot first. Drag some of that down. I want to leave this part low though, because that's where the water drains down away from this part. So let's see how this works out. This here is what I need to fill in, mostly on this side, but also up in there. And I want to raise that up in there too, as far as I can go. Yeah. Mini excavator did this part. Yeah. Let's see what I can do with that blade. I don't want to get into this area. I'll leave this alone because I got a drainage pipe from over there, comes down and drains underground and comes out over there at the bottom of that log there. So I want to stay away from that, but I got all that dirt over there. Here ready for the mini excavator. This mounds are a lot bigger, almost like them two. They were really big mounds. The cows used to clean the hill on these two. Anyway, he took all the dirt from there. Not all of it, but I wish he would have done some more, but I guess he was getting late in the day. So. And I told him it was good enough. Anyway, I'm gonna go see if I can scrape some down here. Too bad I planted grass here this summer. Yeah, just started to grow. So if I can get done what I wanted, then I'll sow some more grass this fall. When I'm done. Now this is the soil I got to work with. See, there's a little dividing line between that hump and this hump. Well, let's start working on it. Pretty rough ground. Just go slow. Have to go on very, very low gear. I'm back on the tractor again. That's my first pass. It didn't do very much. I think I'm going to try a different method. I'm going to back up into there and just drag it all this way. Drag it all this way. From back there to here. Back there to here. Maybe that'll look really better. First, you don't succeed, try again. Well, I got some of that stuff scraped off. The problem is, every time I go in, my front wheel's going to the low spot, the blade raises up. So I'm going to get as much as I can. I'm going to drive along. I'm going to try to drive along straight down. Straight down. And hopefully the way the king's set up is going to dig that side and push it this way. Let's see if that works. I've been out here for about an hour. Trying to blade something. Making a headway, but not much. I'm going to try to tilt that thing this way so I get more cutting. I can't go too far. My arm, the third arm there, not long enough. But it might help. I moved some of the dirt. Most of it's down in this area. I think I can drag it out of there, get it up here, and then I can maybe drag it over to there. But I want to do some more scraping up here first. I don't have to do it all today. I just want to see how this is going to work. Let's see if I can tilt that some more. Let's see if I can make that tilt a bit better. Extend that. Do that out. So I extended it. I lifted that third arm about an inch. If it's an inch on one end, an inch on this end, let's do 2 inches here. So that'll be 2 inches. Let's see if that makes it good. Along it, stay a little bit. Let's scrape a little bit more. I have to get some more off of that. That's pretty level there. We're going to scrape some more. be able to finish today, but I got something done. Right now it's 4:20 p.m. so I'm gonna go home. I got a few more passes to make, and I'll go home. I've got something moved. I'd like to get some more, but I think I got enough to do some improvement down there. I think I got enough dirt there to at least level that off a little bit on this side. And I'll try to use the tractor tomorrow, tractor and the blade tomorrow, get most of it over there. And then I might follow up with the buckets. Yeah. We'll see. At least I'll try to move all that dirt that I scraped off of here, which wasn't really that much for all the effort I went to. But I'm going to try to drag that over to there now, and then I can try to do something with it tomorrow. Sun's still up a little bit, but I'm going home. I'm tired. Having that tractor back and forth is hard to do. Anyway, there's hardly any wind today. Sun's still shining through those trees. Look at that over there. And it's shining way over there too. Way over there. That's the neighbor's big green shed. And that's what I done. I got some dirt piled up there. I tried to keep this. This is what's caused all the trouble, this ditch here. Anyway, but I had to maintain that ditch because that's where I want the water to go away from my road here. Down here. But I can take that dirt that I scraped off and I can drag most of it over that way. Or as much as I can. Then I'll follow up with the buckets and shovel. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow with the tractor to do some more drag it. And if I want to, I can always scrape some more too. Some more around standing. Yeah, sun's still up, so because I don't have lights on my tractor, so I gotta get home before the sun sets. Yeah. Okay, that's what I did today. Scrape as much as I could off of there. I could probably scrape some more, but not today. I'm gonna see what I can do with this pile here first. Well, it's 4:35 p.m. right now. Yeah. And I'll use the same tractor and blade tomorrow, and I'll try to drag that piles up there. I'll try to drag it over to here. I ain't worried about this side yet. I want to make sure I get this side done. I can always take, if I get enough over here, then I can always drag some into the middle, and then I can use a shovel to scoot it up against there a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah. At least I got something done today. Alright, let's go home then. Oh, that's so bright from there. I better get home before it goes down. I'm coming back tomorrow, so I'm going to leave that gate open. The ground's not muddy. So. Okay, the sun's going down. I better get home. I managed to push that top of the tree over a little bit. Still got some branches to cut off over here now. It's resting around the tree. So I just cut them off here. That's good fine. I'll have to close this gate now, so just put in that one. Oh boy, I can feel that cold air sinking. It's cold right now. All of a sudden it's warm over where I was doing the work on the pond because I was in the trees. Here, I'm in the bottom and it's cold and something else is happening too. There's a little fog happening over there, a little mist. Is that they call that mist? Fog? Fog. And it's also showing up over here too, in this low area. See it over there? Yeah. I can see the mist along the road. Oh, I'm gonna call it fog. I'm gonna call it fog. It's hard to see. I'll take a picture. It's hard to see in the video. This gate's closed, I didn't forget. Well, that's a nice sunset. After it's closed, the sun's going down. That looks nice. But when the clouds are down, I don't have any clouds. Just there. And I didn't forget to close this gate too. Look at the sunset. After sunset. Okay, now I can go home. Well, still a nice sunset afterglow on the clouds. Yeah. That's only clouds in the sky. Everything else is clean. Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing. Oh, there's clouds just up there. That's it for today. It's cold now. Whew. The cold air is sinking. Yeah, I'll do some more work with the blade tomorrow, with the tractor and blade. Yeah, see if I can fill in some of those holes over the culvert. Okay, tomorrow's another day. That's all for today. I'm done.
It's 50 degrees at 5 p.m.